Nice pork chop dinner here at the Campbellwoods. Sláinte Auroras to all our relatives and friends around the world. Cheers. Sláinte Auroras. Enjoy. Bon appetit. Well, today we are in what was once a sand gravel pit my uncle was running about 30 years ago for a couple of years. And he didn't have to do anything. And I think he noted that the first time in his life he never had to work for money. And he made a pretty good amount of money out of this gravel pit. In the day, 30 years ago, they were supposed to fully restore it, but they didn't quite get around to that, unfortunately. But this is a young forest that's grown in the 30 years. You can see it. It's just down over this hill, the main part of it. It goes down about 50 feet. A drop there. And of course it's full of springs. There's ice there in the winter. Let me walk around. I don't walk this part of the farm property very much. It used to be obviously more accessible. In the day when it was running, we would take the farm dog up here on holidays when we were visiting. And we take our doggy here. No shortage of spruce trees. There's about 3 or 4 different types here on the property. And there's some lots on the other side of that tree line. My uncle sold in the day there on the dam, the water. Well, we got our chickadees. Nice to get a boreal chickadee here. I don't think we've had them on the property here. Trying to remember, there might have been one last winter in the back laneway there. They come in with a flock of chickadees to check my bird logs. We had the Bohemian waxwings, which are a really nice bird, and they're always seen in large flocks. Hopefully get more finches this winter. Put some seed out to attract them as I've done the last couple of years. But certain finches won't come to a seed. I really hope the Hungarian partridges hang around. I better get some seed out for them. They're pretty safe on this property over winter, I would think. There's lots of places for them to hunker down. They're well camouflaged like a rough grouse, but they've got a salmon pink color. That's what really stands out in flight and when they're in the field against the white snow. We'll continue our walk here. Well, it's a beautiful Sunday here. Up for a nice walk with Hamish. No wind. It's about 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. It's just somewhere in the, I guess, 40s, low 40s Fahrenheit, high 30s. And we're going to have steak dinner tonight. We haven't had that in a long time. I gotta have it every once in a while. There was an enormous maple tree here. Well, there's the base of it. Right there. And it got struck by lightning. It was there when my grandfather was a young boy. We have some nice pictures of it. It stood for years until it got cracked down. I actually brought a Norwegian maple one summer when I was visiting and got it planted here, and it survived into the next spring, but a frost got it, and that was the end of that tree, unfortunately. So when you think of all the trees on this property, almost 90 to 100 acres of old growth. It's virtually untouched too. It's one of the largest woodlots in this county, that's for sure. Most people have sold off their farms and woodlots, but we're lucky enough that it stayed in our family. We should get it managed and get some good trees planted here for the next 20 years and make it a sustainable woodlot, manage it and clean it out, and not have to keep it in its state as a woodlot, but also being able to harvest wood off it would be good, I think. Boy, that's a change from a week of wind and rain to fantastic conditions here today. Hamish got a rabbit yesterday. I think the foxes had already been to it. Hamish didn't dispatch it. He just was quite proud bringing it out of the hollow right over there. And he dropped it at my feet, which was good. I don't want him chewing on any bones. It was definitely a jack rabbit. Big feet. As we come over the hill towards the farmhouse, there's Trevor and his red pickup. Nice day for a fire pit too. Fire pit fire would be nice today. I might even do that. Colors here are so green. Hamish. Hamish. Calm down, boy. Back, Hamish. Back. Back. That's Hamish's emergency recall. It works every time. He learned that as a young pup. That was worth the price of the puppy program at PetSmart. These geese are really been acting up the last 2 nights, just squawking, and you'll get several flocks of them flying in every different direction. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. They're coming right overhead. Got a cackling goose in there too. There it is right there. They're not landing in the farm this year. They used to land in that front field. Right there. But they're really nervous. The guns are going off since the 1st of October. And of course our water on the property is right over there where the sun is setting. And they want to get down there for the night, but something's bothering them. I am not sure what that is. That's been put in the ground. Winter wheat is all around here. This is the back end of the farm property, looking south. I know that's a blueberry field across the road there, in Valley Field, but unless they're going to come in and put another row in here, in between that, it's really growing up, but the spacing doesn't seem to be a normal spacing for winter wheat. Well, we've had lots of rain and more rain on the way for a droughty summer. We're making up for it, I guess. It's all averages out, I guess. No sign of the partridges. I guess they've gone to another farm property. I was hoping they'd stay here for winter, but we'll have to get some seeds out and chestnuts and such, and put them in strategic locations where I've seen them. Hopefully they'll come back in when it gets cold. You see those yellow trees? Those are tamaracks. I never realized in this wood lot. This is kind of the beginning of the main section of it. How many there are, as far as you can see. See them in here. And the only reason is because they lose their needle. They turn yellow and lose their needle. Well, that's where they came from. For some reason, I like the soil here. It's kind of swampy in the spring. Isn't that something? I've walked here a million times and never noticed them. There's one right there. Very interesting. Tamaracks. On this windy, very cold day in one of the back farm fields where we had our decoys. The only geese I've seen today have been on the wing. And no sign of our Hungarian partridges. So, Hamish and I are taking a little break here. We'll continue on the back trail. What do you think, Hamish? Head down to the back trail? Okay, that sounds like a yes. Let's go. It's amazing. I could walk this property a million times and not notice all the trees on it, obviously, but that one really stands out today. A beautiful paper birch. There's thousands of them on this property, but that's a pretty one. It's got a nice base with the yellow birch trees. They're over there. He was just standing at the entrance there. But in that little valley we call it the Hala. There's yellow birch galore in there. And that is great. Great burning wood, but it's fantastic for furniture. And so, no birdies today, other than the geese that were flying, and no partridges. I just hope they stay for winter. I'll have to figure out some feeding locations, I guess, where I've seen them previously. Hamish flushed them 3 times one day, so that pretty much could have finished that off. I'm staying here. But we hope they do come back, get the right food out, and they hunker down and I can't even imagine having turkey on this property. And they are in the Maritimes. They're in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, so it's only a matter of time before they're here. And coincidentally, it did come up on my bird app, a turkey one day. And it wasn't far from the farmhouse. It was on the sun deck that looks out over the water. So it's possible. They did have them here a few years ago, not far from here. They were in Milltown Cross, which is about 15 minutes from here. So that would be nice. They would definitely survive, and they wouldn't cause any damage to farmers. There's that concern. That's a load of nonsense. They would survive very well here. It'd be a fantastic hunting bird. Well, November is definitely here. And congratulations to Russell. Got his big buck. I watched his channel, Raspberry Rock. And I was watching it last Sunday. And they had a snow blizzard. And I saw him at the live cam. He puts it on, hunting from the cabin. And it was blowing and snowing. I said, what's Russell doing out at his salt lick, which is across the pond from his cabin? And I'm watching him, and then I see him hauling this enormous buck by the horns out of the location. It must have been a cracked shot because it didn't move far. So congratulations to Russell. That's awesome. You got your venison for winter. Welcome back to the channel on this wet, surprise, surprise, Friday. It's been raining for 2 weeks plus, and it's been cool. We have not seen much sun. I've just taken the dog for a walk on the Federation Trail today. Still kind of walking me a bit. He shouldn't be. I just stop. Hamish, you wait for me. Okay, go. And then the puppy training starts to pull, you stop, and then he comes to you, and then you give him a treat. And he's supposed to be, I guess, tell his brain to, he gets rewarded when he walks easy. Whether that works or not, I don't know. I did a little bit of it, but it's a lot easier than it's previously been. I could take him off the leash here completely, because it's a quiet day here on the trail, Friday afternoon. But we still want to be careful with him. We may get a bit of a run back here. I'm going to put this lighting system in here a couple of summers ago. It's kind of nice. You can walk the trails at night. I suppose the old rail line. And of course the cottage is not too far from here. We'll just take a quick check on the cottage. Coming down here. I had a bunch of doggy bags for Hamish in the truck. I had a roll of them there, and do you think we could find them today? Not a chance. Anyway, he did his business far off the trail, so that helps a little bit. Now he's going to learn this. You can't go that side, Hamish. You go the other side. Now, do you remember where the cottage is, Hamish? Can you take me to the cottage? Good boy. You take me to the cottage. This road sees quite a bit of use, and construction has been going on. Look at these potholes. My goodness, it's a private road. Still no activity at Dr. McDonald's. It was sold last summer privately to a local person. It's awfully strange, and it's a beautiful cottage. It's an all year round cottage, and no activity there. That concerns me a little bit. meet the owners. So, I come up to the cottage and make sure we didn't leave any windows open. And the roof is not leaking. It gets kind of gloomy down here when the leaves are gone. I guess that's true everywhere. Let's just do a quick check. We're in and out. Got Flynn. Oh boy. This way, this way. Ooh, got some snot on your nose there. Okay. Didn't do the leaves, we'll do them in the spring. That's my radio antenna doing here. I took it down for those crazy windstorms. That seems to be fine. You can see it there. It's a wire dipole. Seems to be okay. Okay, we're getting all tied up here. Getting all excited. I won't do much longer here. I shall just do a quick check inside. You wait out here like a good dog. Okay? You wait here. You come here. Just we go up on the deck here. Do a check. Make sure. Oh! I gotta get this eaves trough replaced. It's right on the deck, that drip. Everything else looks sound, I think. I think we're doing good. Look out towards the water. Hamish wants to play. I think we'll sign off from the cottage for this week, and we'll be talking to you hopefully very soon. Over and out from the cottage, Campbellwoods.